Hello and welcome to another Week With review from Tech Radar. This time it's the Samsung Galaxy S8, the new flagship phone that's set to storm the shelves. Now we're going to spend a week with this phone, as you might have guessed from the title, finding out if it really lives up to the hype. It's good on paper, the specs are great, but how does it work day in, day out?
One of the first things we need to do with any phone is get it set up for security. So I'm going to set up the iris, facial, fingerprint, face registry done, iris scanner, far away, how far? 25 centimeters. That far? That was quick. Scanny scan, scan, scan. It's not as quick as other ones. Like other phones, it's like super speedy nowadays, especially ones from China. This is just all over the place. Come on. I'm doing it. I'm moving left and right. There we are, done. So that's everything set up, and well, this is going to be a big phone for the year, so looking forward to testing it out for the entire week. Hello, day 2, and checking out video on the Samsung Galaxy S8. As we've heard, the Samsung Galaxy S8 has the best screen on the market. According to DisplayMate, it's literally the best. So what I'm going to do is watch my beloved Portsmouth, the world's greatest, against Plymouth Boo, as we both try and vie to get out of League 2, which is a very low league in England.
Yeah, I've been watching the game for half an hour, and while it's rubbish because we're 1-0 down, one of the key things is the speakers, or the single speaker, just isn't very good. It's right here at the bottom of the phone. So what I'm going to use is the AKG tuned headphones that come in the box. Looks like we're coming up to half time in the game. Tim, what do you think about the game so far? We're 1-0 down, it's not going very well. Yeah, I hear you. So 78% on the battery. A 15% drop since the start, so not too bad. Tell you what, the overall screen quality is pretty good. Even though I'm sort of sitting, as you can see, window behind me, the reflections are pretty minimal. I'm watching this in SD level, but it still looks really crisp and clear. It's streaming over Wi-Fi. The black bars either side, they do kind of ruin it a little bit, but given the phone itself is black, it's not the end of the world. Second half, off we go. Yes, get in. Tim, thoughts on this? Don't care about the screen resolution, don't care about the colour, care about the score. And let's just check the battery. 26% drop for watching 90 minutes, that is not bad at all. One of the things about the Samsung Galaxy S8 is that it's got a mobile HDR certified screen. There's very little HDR content out there, so Netflix is doing it, but it's not really that easily available on the phone. But with Amazon Prime, naturally, you do get that by default. So HDR on the mobile is possible. So I'm going to start with a little bit of Netflix, see how that goes. Okay, as you can see, there is a lot of black space around here, so if you can extend this, but it doesn't do a lot. You've still got a load of wasted space here, and this could be a lot bigger. So, but what you can do, go to here and press this. It restarts the app, but then it makes it full screen. So as you can see, it's already a lot wider. Still got the black bars, but you press the expand button, and that is a lot wider. I don't really understand why Samsung isn't enabling that by default. I'm going to check out Amazon and see how well that works. And it's supposed to work in HDR on the phone. So I've watched this for a few minutes now. It's hard to tell if HDR is really a thing. This is just a really nice screen anyway. If you're watching a movie, this phone is perfect. It really is just super bright, super clear, very vivid colours. The resolution is great. Even at full HD, which is what it's set to by default, and you can crank it up to QHD, things look really great. So ultimately, this is, yeah, I'd say it's one of the best phones out there for watching video on. Basically today, what I want to do is test out the fast charging on the Samsung Galaxy S8. So this has got a 3000 milliamp battery. What I've done is put this phone to dead. Hey Tim, still there? So what we're going to do is put this phone on to charge. No, get off. No, leave it alone. Get off the phone. And we'll start the timer at 2:09. I'll check back every 15 minutes, see how we're getting on. 20% 15 minutes, now that is a fairly decent result. Okay, we've had 45 minutes now, 60%, an hour and 2 minutes, and we've got to 81%. An hour and 16 minutes, we're at 95%. Hold the mother flipping phone, it is all over, it's already finished. So we are at 15:35, so we've had an hour and 25 minutes, and as you can see, it is now at 100%. So remember though, this is with the phone turned off, so if you're going to be, say you're at work and you're down to 17%, and you've got to go out for a big night out, it won't charge as quickly as this, but either way, you're going to get, if you get 15 minutes of plug-in time, that's going to see you through probably the night. One of the key things that the Samsung Galaxy S8 is really great at in terms of... Knock the phone off. What I really care about is just being able to take a quick good photo at the right time. So auto pro mode is probably one of my favourites. Autofocus, for instance, is really nice. So you hit the focus and you can change the focal length manually really easily. Food,
if you were going to eat something like this flower, you can move that around. Selective focus is actually one of the things that is underrated on phones, I think. Hold it steady, let it work it out. And you've got near focus, far focus. The camera itself is just fantastic. The good thing about the Galaxy S8 as a camera generally is that it works. If you just want to take a picture, it's very quick and instant. Phone's turned off, it's in your pocket, and you think, oh, I don't want to take a picture of that. You tap, in, take a picture. Very quick. Okay, so day 5 of the week with the Samsung Galaxy S8, and one of the things I want to talk to you about today is Bixby. It's meant to be this new voice assistant that is meant to rival Siri and Google Assistant and Amazon's Alexa, and it just feels really quickly, it feels rushed. If you fire up the camera, you've got the Bixby logo there. Turn that on, and it will start looking for things. So as you can see here, point your phone at the camera, an object. I've got this. Now it's having a look, trying to work out what it's looking at. I'm going shopping, so I want to buy this. Can I buy it? Searching for the product, no matching products found. So let's try it with the barcode, which should be a little bit easier. See if we can find that one online. Nope, no matching products found. In fact, the only thing that I found this thing can actually work out as a product so far is a packet of biscuits. That's literally all I found that it can do. On the side here, we've got the Bixby button. Press it. As you can see, there's a little bit of a delay there, more than a little bit actually. It takes quite some time. And you've got a home screen that's got lots of different elements to it. Okay, this is now wonderfully updating, just at the point I needed it to show off what it can do. Come on, Bixby. Unfortunately, that doesn't look like it's going to work, but what the experience is a lot of kind of Google Now card-like experiences. So if you've got the Spotify, you've got upcoming events, you've got reminders. Bixby right now feels like great, it's there. So if Samsung's promises come true, where it's contextually throughout the phone and you can press a button and say, upload those photos I just took to Facebook with these hashtags, that would be cool. But right now, I mean, there's no point in Bixby. Okay, day 6. Today we'll be checking out the battery on the Samsung Galaxy S8. It's got a 3000 mAh power pack inside, which is the same size as the Galaxy S7, but with that slightly larger and longer screen. Let's see how that's going to work out. So as you can see here, time is 6:51 and we're at 100%. Okay, so nearly been an hour off charge. I've listened to a podcast for about half of that, and we are down to 98% and so down. Done about a 50-minute commute into work, listened to Spotify the whole way while doing some typing like a good boy. Here we go on the power, so 91%. Been going for nearly 5 hours. Let's take another look at the battery. Now the phone's been on the desk for quite a long time here. It's down to 69%, so yeah, lost 31% in just over 5 hours. I've been filming the video review of this phone, so I've been putting it through its paces in certain ways, playing games, watching videos, trying different bits and pieces. So it has affected the battery life a little bit, but overall should be a fairly good example of what this is supposed to be like day to day. So we have been on the battery for 8 hours and 47 minutes, and we're down to 39%. The phone itself is a little bit warm. It does feel a little bit like this could be a bit low on the battery life so far. I'm going to have a quick look at what actually is burning down the battery. So, your screen's been on the Android system. Spotify, I've used a lot of Spotify today. We listened to a lot of music to and from work. But otherwise, there aren't any many apps that are taking up too much of the battery. So that's the day at the end, and well, the Samsung Galaxy S8 had a fairly decent battery life. At the end of the day, about 9 o'clock, I started to think, well, this is getting a little bit dicey at 13%. So I turned it on to ultra power save mode to see how well that worked. And it's lasting pretty well. So we've got 4 hours and 4 minutes remaining with 9% battery power left. That's a pretty good result. It's not in the league of some of the phones up there, especially the Galaxy S8 Plus, which can last easily through the day and maybe on to the next. So Samsung has done just enough with the Galaxy S8 and the battery, but could do a little bit better. Okay, so for today, I want to test out something that's been really contentious on this phone. It's the biometric unlocking. I've been using this phone for a week now, and it's easily the thing that's annoying me the absolute most about it. What I'm going to do is not use a fingerprint scanner as a backup and just use facial recognition to start with. Turn it on. Okay, that's pretty rapid. I mean, basically, as you can see here, I'm just sitting at the desk, fairly well lit. That works quite nicely. Okay, so I'm about 7 minutes into this test, and already I'm trying to get this phone to unlock to my face. And okay, it's just worked straight away, brilliant. Okay, so I've been using this for about 2 hours, and ultimately at the start it was pretty good. You know, the facial recognition got me quite well, but it started to get a little bit darker now, and just trying to turn it on, it just doesn't seem to recognise a face. Wobbling it around, moving the phone up and down, I'm going to switch to the iris scanner and hope that is better. Same position using the iris scanner. There we go. So it looks like you have to hold it fairly close to your eyes and at the right angle.
Okay, so let's give this a go. Nothing yet, nothing yet. Moving closer, moving closer, moving closer. Moving closer. No, not getting anything there. So let's swipe it. Try again. There we go, and we're in. The thing is, you can, if you get it at the right angle, you can sort of make it work, but you have to hold it exactly right. Or you can hold it further away and open your eyes wider, and it works a little bit quicker. On the train or anywhere, and you're just actually looking at the phone, trying to make it work, holding it at a weird angle and going over and over again, and you look like that. You look like a bit of a weirdo. Final thing I'm going to be looking at is the fingerprint scanner. A little bit too high up. It works most of the time. It's a bit of a weird shape. It doesn't feel as easy to feel, especially with the camera next to it, and I've done a lot of camera smudging. The problem is you end up hitting that or that or that. I don't know, there's not a lovely haptic buzz in the background to open it up nicely.
So as you can probably tell, I'm a big fan of this phone. It works really well in most scenarios, but there are a few little things that did irk. So Bixby, what's the point? Do not need that thing on there. And the biometrics as well. You just wish that everything was put in the right place. The iris scanner was a bit better, facial recognition worked, and the fingerprint scanner, will put it on the screen at the front. That would have been great. But otherwise, this is a fantastic phone. Everything about it felt immersive and great and exciting. All the things you'd want from a phone that's going to cost loads of money and you're really going to invest your time in. So Samsung's played a blinder here. When it's facing things like the iPhone 8 coming later this year, this is probably the one phone it needed to actually create. Ultimately, Samsung did everything it could. It's made it a little bit more expensive, but it's a phone that we love, and that's why it's probably at the top of our charts. And please check out some of our other Week With reviews. We've checked out the Nintendo Switch, the Nvidia Shield, the Amazon Echo, and the best, Gear S3 smartwatch. You can check these out here, popping up around me. As ever, thank you very much for liking, thank you very much for subscribing, and keep it locked to Tech Radar for more in-depth reviews like this.